Just when we thought we've heard it all, we're learning new things here on The Factor. There are people out there who are living with a disorder called sexsomnia. It's a disorder that leads to people talking dirty, masturbating, or even having sex while they are still asleep. According to a study, about 7% of people have experienced this at least once in their lives. Joining us to talk about it, psychotherapist Dr. Nick Hardy, along with sex expert, kinkologist Lady McCallum. Glad to have you here on the.
Hi.
Hey, glad
have
to
you
be here.
ran into this with any of your clients?
Actually, I have. Sexsomnia is very rare when it comes to the counseling that I do, but I did have a couple who this was a very big problem with. It was a gay couple, and one of the partners would wake up and he would be masturbating on his partner, and this would happen almost every night. And they found out that it was mainly caused by exhaustion, like severe exhaustion. So sexsomnia is actually a disorder in the parasomnia family, like insomnia, sleep eating, sleep driving, sleep talking, sleepwalking. So it's actually a thing that happens more common than you think. People just don't talk about it because it's so taboo and it's so odd.
Does it become a problem when, you know, you have two willing participants and you do your thing?
Right.
But if the other person is like, what the hell is going on? It gets weird. And it's like,
so that was the
what needs to be done to address this?
So that was the case with this couple. He did not consent to it, obviously. He would wake up and his partner would be standing over him masturbating. There is something called somnophilia, which I actually participate in, which is the consensual act of sexual acts during sleep. So that's completely different from sexsomnia. Completely different. Somnophilia. Yeah, somnophilia. So it's a kink, it's a fetish where you like things done to you while you were sleeping. So you like waking up with sexual gratification. But that's consensual. That's consensual. Right? It's consensual.
I'm like, keep straight face.
What you brought me into this?
Yeah, sexsomnia is usually not consensual, so it's something that needs therapy. You need cognitive behavioral therapy.
And Dr. Nick, what have you found out about sexsomnia?
Yeah, absolutely. To her point, it's not common, but it does happen. And it's one of those things where there's so much shame around it. You know, you imagine waking up and then your partner is having a conversation about things that you didn't know you were doing. And a lot of times, you know, that kind of prevents people from, you know, really having productive conversations. And I say productive meaning going to go get medical attention, you know, doing a sleep study or, you know, evaluating some of the things that could be contributing to it.
How damaging could it be to a relationship?
Oh gosh, it could be extremely damaging. I mean, because again, even just as a therapist, I'm like, oh, what is this, you know? And so you imagine just someone who wakes up and then their partner is groping them or, you know, making these sexual advances towards them. It could definitely create a lot of tension.
And how soon should you get help if your significant other tells you, this is what you were doing while you were sleep sexing?
Immediately.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Immediately.
Sooner than later.
Immediately. Like, I mean, this is something about consent, right? I mean, nobody wants to wake up with even your loved one doing something to you they didn't consent to. So it's something that can completely damage a relationship. It can ruin a relationship, especially if one partner doesn't understand or if the other partner says, oh, I'm not doing that, even though they are. It's just hard to talk about because people are they're still so shocked and scared to talk about their sexuality. And this is something that's completely, it's almost like the cases that I've seen, they have almost amnesia. Like they don't know anything of what they did. Like nothing. There's no memory of it whatsoever. So it's not something that they were consciously doing and just, you know, are trying to forget. No, they don't remember it at all.
If you're on the receiving end of this from your significant other or partner, what have you, husband and wife, and you didn't, does it ever feel like you've been violated, almost like rape?
I'm sure.
I didn't want to say that word, but does it feel like that?
I mean, it is. If it's something that, you know, even if it's in a relationship that you're in a healthy, happy relationship, if somebody does something to you in your sleep that you did not consent to previously, then it's assault. Now, in this situation, it gets kind of tricky, right? Because the person didn't actually know they were doing it. So therefore, it's kind of like, it's an accident, but it is still assault. But they need to talk about this.
Let's give you the last 30 seconds on this, Doctor.
No, absolutely. You know, again, just the feeling of, you know, having someone, you know, make sexual advances towards you.
It's still a violation.
And you're not, whether they're aware of it or not, the feeling of it, at least in that moment, is still the same. And so, again, that's one of the things where I definitely encourage, if someone is experiencing this, to go get help immediately.
All right. We want to thank you both. Good to see you, Lady McCallum.
See you, baby.
Dr. Nick, thank you both.
Thank you.
Still